It is a Flame Tech Football Friday, and we're very excited. I think Derrick Moncrief of the Los Angeles Rams think we're overplaying this a little bit. But you are our first NFL player we've had right here in the bunker, Derrick. So I say welcome. How are you, sir?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for having me.
There's a lot of people that probably say, why is an NFL player hanging out in the polar vortex of Saskatchewan, Canada? But this is where you're going to spend your off season?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just training and got my going the distance brand going out right now. So, just trying to enjoy the scene right now, and I'm glad to be back.
All right. John. The interview is going. So, coming back from your first season with the Los Angeles Rams, after how many here? 3 with the Saskatchewan Roughriders?
3 years, yeah.
So, it was an interesting year in L.A.
Yeah.
Can you take me through it? From signing to re-signing, because you got a new deal, right?
Yeah.
Take me through it if you don't mind.
Yeah, I had the tryout or the workout at the end of camp. Did great with the workout. They loved me. And then we went from there with the pandemic and everything, every day with the testing and just the day in and day out grind. It was a little frustrating at first because I've been starting for 3 years, right? So to come and, watch every Sunday, you practice all week, that was pretty tough. But I finally got my crack the Miami week, and, I just tried to make the most of it.
Which was like, what, week 13, 14? Yeah. It was well into the season, as I recall.
Yeah, I think it was like week 8 or 9.
Was that 8? Okay.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Just seemed like we were waiting for a long time, eh, Kirby?
Yeah.
And you finally got that game in Miami. And I called that the Ryder alumni game because you were going up against Sam Guavin of the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And this is a funny story. We had a Guavin on here on Wednesday, and he said he was trash-talking you the night before and the morning of via text, and you were ignoring him. Tell me about that.
All week, I had to be locked in. I knew it was like one opportunity, I knew just had to come in and try to dominate as much as I can. And, I talked to him after the game.
And you got some photos, some great photos, right?
Yeah,
on the sidelines.
Yeah.
But that was a wild game, too. Your quarterback kept giving the ball up quite a bit, as I recall.
Yeah.
And he's not your quarterback anymore. But what do you remember about that game?
Oh, man, from start to finish, everything was happening so kind of fast to me because I haven't played in a long time. So it happened very fast. I just had a great time, really. You know what I mean? Just trying to enjoy the moment. But they was a good team, though. They got the best of us that day.
I got to tell you, it's so great to see you again, by the way. And everybody says it's such a great defense, one of the best defenses in the NFL, and you're a part of it. What is it? Aaron Donald, obviously, but he's not. He's just one guy. Why is that defense so great?
I think it's the chemistry. To win, to be a winning team in the NFL, you have to be together because everybody's talented. You know what I mean? So I think it's the chemistry and the time being spent day in, day out, just sacrificing for your teammates for the betterment to win a championship. So, yeah.
It's sad, though, that your NFL debut would come in Hard Rock Stadium with nobody there. You should have a full stadium, right, Kirby? And all the pomp and circumstance and your family there.
Yeah.
Florida had a few fans, but, I mean, talk about your NFL debut. Did you feel like you were in the league? Because it was an empty stadium. That's a shame.
It was some fans in there. It was pumping now. They had some crowd noise. Yeah. It was a few fans in there. It felt like an NFL debut.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I was just locked in, man. It was a dream come true, and really, I can't wait for the next season to come around.
Yeah, well, I do understand. I had that talk yesterday with John Paddock. You wouldn't know him, but a former NHL coach, and he said once the game starts, you do focus on the game. If you're looking in row 5, you're going to get your block knocked off. Right, so
definitely.
There's that, too.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I should get to the viewer questions, too, by the way. From Taylor Soley, he says, hey, Derrick, what's ad like Let's Go Rams? I think he's asking about your brand that you're wearing. Let's talk about that, by the way. You got a clothing line, and how's that going?
It's going pretty good. Called Going the Distance. Actually, my girlfriend helped me out with this. It came to pass. I was just talking about it one day and just came up with it. And my brand is called Going the Distance, and I just want to inspire the world, whether you play sports, whether you want to be an actor or whatever. Just want to inspire them, because you can do anything you put your mind to it.
You can, and you've proven that. As has Sam, by the way. He just doesn't have a clothing line.
Yeah.
Tell me about you said you've got the Rider edition on here, which is white with green lettering. What all do you have?
The Rider edition, of course. I got the Prattville edition, where I'm from. Is
that like a burgundy?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Maroon and white, burgundy. I got the all black legendary edition. I have the LA edition, it's blue and yellow, and pretty much.
Who's behind this?
Me and my girlfriend.
Right.
Just putting it together.
Well, you are linked up with an entrepreneurial family over there, as you know. Right? They kind of know a thing or two about this clothing lines and business. So where can people look at your line of clothing and purchase it?
DerrickMoncrief.com, and also my Instagram, Going the Distance Brand, Facebook, GTD, Twitter. You can click the link in my bio, and everything's going out. And also we got the Derrick Moncrief Foundation, where we're going to give back to every inner city, international missions. So we're just going to build a positive life in the world.
Good for you. Well, I always knew that you were a super dude. And
yes, sir.
By the way, the question was, it's lower. He said AD, and it looked like advertisement.
Oh, yeah.
He meant Aaron Donald. If he'd have capitalized that, they all want to know what Aaron Donald's like, the baddest dude in the NFL. What's he like?
Oh, man. Cool, laid-back demeanor. But when he's in between the lines, he's a different animal. Something I never seen before, besides myself. But, he's a great, dominant player. He pays attention to the details. He dominates even when he's in walkthroughs and, of course, the games. But his work ethic and his practice habits are, at the top.
Well, you know, there are some polls I've seen that say he's the best player in the NFL. Yeah. Forget about Mahomes. Forget about Aaron Rodgers. They say Aaron Donald's the best player in the National Football League. If you were starting a team, would he be the guy you'd sign first?
Gotta have him.
Yeah.
First pick.
Yeah, well, he plays at that position where it all starts.
Right. And he's athletic, too, so.
Obviously, he must move great for a big man.
Yeah, he can catch. He can do everything. So,
Stacy Champagne, a viewer just joined us, says, where does one get this clothing? I'll say it again. DerrickMoncrief.com, I think, would be the best way to go about it, but you can also find him on all social media platforms. Are you going to change that Twitter handle, by the way, Hot Boy Showmain, which goes back to high school?
Never. No? I got to keep it. It's classic, man.
It's now a thing,
Yeah, it's so catchy, you know what I mean? Everybody asks me, like, what does it mean, but it's a cool name.
You can't change it.
Yeah, I can't. Right. Can't, definitely.
At Hot Boy Showmain. Yeah. What was it, grade 9 you started that?
Yeah. I think 9th grade, 10th grade.
You're probably shocked that I remember this stuff.
You got good memory.
Yeah, well, that's one of my few talents. But, Derrick, I do have to say this.
Yeah.
You said you missed the interview with Sam McGuavin. He actually broke down in the interview talking about his road to the NFL.
Yeah.
It's not like yours has been any easier.
Yeah.
Like, would you mind telling our viewers the sweat and tears you've put into this?
Man, to start off, even back from high school.
You go back as far as you want.
Yeah, I can go back as far. From Prattville, I didn't qualify for a major university, Division I. I was going to go to Alabama. I was committed to Southern Miss, but it didn't happen. So I went to junior college for a year and a half, graduated, #1 safety in the country, All-American. Went to Auburn University, didn't play there, so I transferred to Oklahoma State. I had the red shirt, paid for school the first semester, and then I earned a scholarship. And then I played the following year, went undrafted. I was crushed. No lie, I was crushed. Then I got to work out in Dallas with Chris Jones and the Riders.
How did you find out about that?
Just my agent at the time, and this guy, he knew Coach Jones very well. And that went great. Got up here in the training camp, and, the rest was history on that part. And, now I'm here.
Yeah. Well, you were a tremendous player from the moment you stepped on the field. Yeah. But I often wonder, because I think Sam McGuavin said he saw the ad online somewhere that the Riders were having a tryout camp.
Yeah.
And like you say, the rest is history. But would you have gone to the National Football League if you had not come to the Canadian Football League?
Probably not. I mean, I got the opportunity to, showcase and develop. I learned so much. I got so much experience just playing at different positions and just learning about the game and how to be a pro. Coach Jones taught me a lot, man, and I really appreciate him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And he will be back in the CFL maybe sooner than later. Yeah. We've got a minute to go before a break. Are you okay to stick with us for another segment?
Yes, sir.
And we'll answer all the viewer questions.
All good.
But Alan Lee wants to know, he's our intern, the Asian sensation.
Yeah.
Alan, hey, Mr. Moncrief, what's your opinion on your new quarterback, Matthew Stafford?
Man, great quarterback. His body of work speaks for itself. His resume. Man, I just can't wait to see him play. That guy, they didn't have winning seasons there, but he's finally got the opportunity to be with a winning team, great defense. Just can't wait to, host that Lombardi Trophy up.
All you're missing.
All we missing for sure.
We'll be right back with Derrick Moncrief, again, our first ever NFL player, joining us right here in the bunker.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.